Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is One Accord Level 2 Podcast. Hope everybody's being blessed, safe, and well. Hope everybody's doing good. Many prayers for comfort, healing, strength, and peace to all those who need it. So the question of the day is, what version of you do you want? What version of you is going to help you get from point A to point B? What version of you is going to help you grow and be better? We all have different versions of us. I equivalent this like they do on 2K. So we're going to take a moment, excuse me, to shout out 2K. When you go to 2K and you're playing the game, they have the ultimate, the forever teams, the ultimate teams list, the dynasty teams, the teams that were like really, really good. Even if they didn't win a championship, they still got them on there. But on those lists, they have the players and they have all the stats and they have everything. And so, guess what they also have on there? The ultimate players list, greatest of all time list. And so every year they have these players and they're like, hey, this player at this year was their best doing X, Y, and Z. And this is the best version of such players. So me personally, being born in 1985, I grew up watching a lot of great players. One of them is Michael Jordan. I grew up watching a lot of other great players, defensive players, Scottie Pippen. Much as wild as he was, Dennis Rodman. Okay? But there were other great players who were also in the NBA. Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, Reggie Miller, a whole bunch of other plethora of players. But I just say that just to say they have the list. And the list is, hey, Michael Jordan, when LeBron came into the league, when Kobe came into the league, these are the years. They have all their years in order, and this is the best version. And then they highlight, like maybe an asterisk, a star, or something. This was the best year that they were dogging, in the league. Like they was just putting up great numbers, and more importantly, they were winning. But the stats, everything's there. So with that being said, they have, like I said, that list of the best version of them. So the question is, what's the best version for you? And a lot of you might not even know what that is. You know why? Because you never did taken the time out to get to know yourself and the best version of you. You never upgraded. You've always been, you've always been stationary. You've always been mid. You've never taken the time out to get to know yourself, to get to know what you like to do, how you like to do things. It's always revolved around somebody else. So now, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry, and those guys, guess what? They eventually incorporated their teammates and be like, hey, I have to trust you to do whatever that needs to be done. Okay. So they have a team. You acknowledge that you cannot do this alone. Okay. So with that being said, are you going to accept that? Are you going to accept that you're going to need help so you can upgrade yourself? Sometimes you can work out. You can do a thing. You can work out. You can elevate. You can, be like, hey, I want to, I want to be better here. I want to do this better. But sometimes you're going to need help along the way. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you're going to need help along the way when it comes to doing a thing. It's just not. I mean, it's, what I'm saying? That's just what it is. We all have to go through that. Everybody has to do it. So, and some people, they don't want the help, why? Because it's their pride and their ego. And so if you're going to be prideful and you're going to be egotistical, guess what? You're never going to grow and you're never going to get there. You're going to have to let down your guard. And you're going to have to let people know, like, hey, I need help in this area. And that's okay. You're just going to have to do it. You're just going to have to. So all the upgrading that you're going to do, all the things that you're going to do, all the stuff that's going to happen, guess what? Then so be it. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? The years that they did the upgrading, the upgrading, guess what? Guess what they were doing during the off season? See, off season is key. It's not just about what you do, like why God is blessing you and stuff like that. It's also about what you do when it's a season of maybe you not getting as much. Can you still thrive? Can you still flourish? Can you still be, you know, be who you're supposed to be? Can you still, adapt? Can you still help people? Can you still bring a positive impact even though you're not getting certain things during the season of your life? And so that's what the off-season training is for. Like, hey, God, I don't even feel confident right now. I don't even feel strong right now. I don't even feel this right now. I don't feel that right now. But I'm going to try to put in some work in some other areas so that whether it be spiritually, whether it be physically, whether it be emotionally, whether it be mentally, I can grow in this area, and I can be like, I can kind of make it through. And so you're going to have to put in the work in that during your off season. Because putting in work during in season and you're around the right people and all that stuff, that's cool because you're just always just going to, yeah. But what about when your phone ain't blowing up? What about when you're not getting as many jobs? What about when you maybe didn't make as much money as you did last month? What about all that stuff? And guess what? I'm preaching to the choir because it goes for me too. Everything that I tell y'all for the most part is I have to deal with myself as a human being. So when I say that, I just say, hey, we all have to put in work during the off-season. We have to put in training. We all have to elevate. We all have to grow. We all have to plant those seeds. We all got to do it. And then the fact that you working on your game, let me tell you something. You can work on your game, but don't just work on what you've been good at. Work on where you're weak at. Work on where you might not be as strong at. That is the key. And if you can isolate and be like, write down, this is what I'm not good at. This is what I want to be better at. And I'm going to work on these specific things so that when it comes time for me to do whatever it is I need to do, guess what? I can make it. And I will be able to elevate, and therefore I will be able to be where I'm supposed to be. So just start with that. That's it. That's it. It's all good, from there. Like I said, not saying you won't over, I just listened to Tom Brady yesterday. I can't stand Tom Brady because he played for the Patriots. That's one of the reasons. But he made a great point. He said at some point in time you're going to have adversity. Whether it's your first year, your second year, your third year, he was like, but at some point in time, he's like, and then the question is going to be, all right, how are you going to handle that adversity? How are you going to deal with going through what you're going through? Whatever it is, injury, teammates getting hurt, maybe y'all not as good as you were last year, all the other extra stuff. So that's my other question. How are you going to handle adversity? Well, I believe that training your mind is the best thing. Mind Jedi trick. You're going to have to train your mind, and you're going to have to deal with that because something's going to come up and you're going to be like, this was unexpected. I was not expecting this. Like, and how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to pivot? What are we going to do to make this right? And what do we, and even if it can be fixed, and then you'll just be like, okay, our defense sucked last year. Like, we're going to fix that. Our offense sucked last year. We're going to fix that. Like, what can you do to have stability? So you're going to have to figure that out. And that's another part of growing. You're going to have to, you're going to have to make a choice. But this is One Accord Level 2 podcast. Like I said, be blessed, be safe, be well. Hope everybody's good. And I'll let you on the flip side.